Putin's next step is to force the West to peace with the help of gas and oil. In the West, Medvedev's statement is being discussed that if sanctions are imposed on SP2, expect a gas price of $2,000. Such a gas price will finally finish off the EU economy. In Germany, I plan to close the remaining nuclear power plants next year and the dependence on gas will increase even more. Putin in his speech clearly said that the Ukrainian pipe is practically worn out and an accident can happen there at any moment. I think that behind this phrase there may be an accidental accident on the Ukrainian gas transmission system. And in the case of hostilities, this probability increases. In case of suspension of the Ukrainian gas transportation system, gas prices in Europe will rise even more than the $2,000 promised by Medvedev. Gazprom may accuse Ukraine of being unable to deliver Russian gas to consumers from Europe. And then there will be black times for the EU. Russia is well prepared for the possible termination of pipeline gas to Europe. It has several terminals for liquefied natural gas, which it will sell to intermediaries at spot prices. And even if the West imposes sanctions, the Russian Federation can sell this gas to resellers and make a huge profit, which will cover all financial costs from pipeline gas. By and large, pipeline gas for the Russian Federation was no longer profitable by price, but by mutually beneficial long-term cooperation with some EU countries. The Russian Federation, losing in the price of pipeline gas under long-term contracts, received much more from countries that shared their technologies and opened their market to the Russian Federation. If the EU countries refuse to cooperate with the Russian Federation by imposing sanctions, then the meaning of selling pipeline gas for the Russian Federation is lost. After all, the same gas can be sold in other markets at prices much higher than the price of pipeline gas. If the EU is forced to peace by high gas prices, the US will be forced to peace by high oil prices. Experts in the United States have already stated that in the near future oil prices may rise to $150 per barrel. The crisis in Ukraine has turned into a global crisis, where the world security architecture is breaking down, of which the United States was the guarantor. This is reflected in the prices of raw materials on which the United States is so dependent. China also needs these resources, and it will be happy to use Russia as a raw material appendage. Putin can extract at least economic profit from this crisis, and at most also political dividends from possible concessions to the United States and the EU. Russia is constantly introducing new introductions in the political confrontation, to which the United States no longer has time to react. No matter what American strategists do, they lose all the time. The economic crisis that the United States staged in the EU because of Ukraine has already got many, and in the United States itself, citizens' discontent is growing every day, because high inflation and gasoline price hikes have twice negatively affected the image of Biden and his team. But in the event of an increase in oil prices, Americans are waiting for the next rise in gasoline prices. Putin firmly took Western strategists in the pincers, calculating his steps far ahead.